Peace, peace, peace. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Yes,
welcome
sir.
home.
Back.
Yes, sir. So, yo, we introduced this to y'all last week, but we about to bring it back. We about to bring it back even harder because we about to introduce a straight legend. Ain't no other way to slice it or dice it. So,
No other way.
no other
No
way,
better
to,
way.
man. No better way. So, yo, get up on your feet.
Yes, sir. This man here is a real one. You may know him from the House of Consciousness.
Yes.
Teach One initiative. Oh, yeah. Founder of Comedic Science of Prosperity.
Yes.
I like that right there. You know that's real.
Yes. Yes.
He has managed hip-hop artists.
Yes, sir.
Such as DMX, Loaded Lux,
Loaded
B-Dot.
Lux. B-Dot.
United Front.
United Front.
Yes, sir. He has his podcast with his son. He calls Like Father, Like Son podcast. Yes, sir. And I would like for you to get up on your feet.
Yes.
And welcome to the House of Melanated Excellence, Mr. Sutek Amen Ra. Welcome.
Peace to the family. Peace to the family.
Yes, sir. Peace to you, Sutek. How you doing?
I'm doing great, brother. I'm doing really good.
Good.
Really good. I'm blessed right now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Glad to have you here.
How you brothers doing?
Man, we doing excellent, man. Just glad to have you here. Humbled right now, man. We in the moment. This is a moment for us. So we doing excellent. Can't nothing go wrong right now for us right now. Yeah.
No, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Yes, sir.
So and I say that because for myself personally, you know, since I started really studying knowledge of self, I came across the House of Consciousness, man, years and years ago. And I used to see you battling on the streets of Harlem. And a lot of times you always had the least popular perspective. Like you always had to stand on your own square against some giants out there. And you always held it down. You always stayed true to yourself, and I always respected that about you. So let me ask you first and foremost, man. So you grew up in Harlem, New Rochelle, correct?
I grew up in Harlem and New Rochelle. The Bronx, Harlem, and New Rochelle.
Okay.
I live mostly in the Bronx and New Rochelle, but you know, my family have businesses in Harlem. So I spent a lot of time in Harlem.
Got you. So
Okay, Bronx. Okay.
So around this time, you say Harlem, you looking at like wow, what era is the civil rights era?
Yeah, this was the 60s.
60s.
You know, I've been coming to Harlem since like 62, 63. You know, my mother used to have a restaurant and owned a couple of brownstones. And like I was telling you last time, on the weekends, I used to have to go down there and wash dishes at the restaurant. You know, so, you know, I've been just about all my life.
So
I go not way back.
So what's the energy like in Harlem at this time? Yeah, what's the energy like around Harlem at this time? Like what's going on?
When I was coming through Harlem, heroin was a big epidemic.
Okay.
Was big, you know, drugs. I don't want to say it was on like a downward swing, but it was kind of rough because of like when a lot like with cocaine, you know what I'm saying? When cocaine came in, it was like a recreational drug and everybody was doing, not everybody, but a lot of people were doing it and it didn't have that stigma.
Right.
Until people started getting addicted to it and then doing anything they needed to do to get it. You know, then it became a problem. You know, once people started getting addicted to it with the freebase and the crack. That's the era where I was in Harlem in. After heroin, people were addicted to it. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
So
right.
it was holding back progress.
Yeah, it was holding back a lot of progress. And right around that time was when you started seeing the ethnic succession in businesses. Because you had a lot of Black-owned businesses in Harlem. Most of the businesses in Harlem were Black-owned, except for like mostly on 125th Street. But you have businesses all throughout Harlem. My stepfather, he had a record store. He was a number runner, like I told you before. He was a number runner, number controller.
Right.
But he had a record store. And you had individual record stores all over Harlem. They came together, formed a corporation, and they was able to buy direct from the manufacturers. They became their own. The store owners became their own middleman. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And then all of a sudden, you had the big chain stores started coming in, and that put a lot of the small mom and pop record stores out of business.
Gotcha.
Okay.
And with the ethnic succession, you started seeing the Koreans come in and buying up all the mom and pop grocery stores.
What do you mean by ethnic
You know what I'm
succession?
saying?
What do you mean by that?
Ethnic succession is when one ethnic group comes in and succeeds another ethnic group. So when I was coming up, it was Black-owned businesses all throughout Harlem. Then the Koreans started coming into Harlem, taking over the businesses, and the Blacks was moving out. They just wasn't in control of the business anymore.
Gotcha.
When you look at organized crime, there was an ethnic succession in organized crime. The original, I don't want to call it the mafia, but the original heads of organized crime were the Jews.
Wow.
Then came the Irish.
Wow.
Then came the Italians. You know what I'm saying? It was all ethnic succession. You know, they went from organized crime, then they went into legal business. Then the Irish came in. They was the head of organized crime. Then they went into legal business. Then the Italians came in. They came in with organized crime. Then they moved into legal business. So one ethnic group comes in behind another ethnic group. That's what's meant by ethnic succession.